Success is not natural. Look at society. Society is geared to generalize human behavior. Society is meant to conform individuals to live equal, to have equal rights, equal opportunities, so that we are able to live in harmony in large communities. This is conformity, to which, by the way, I agree to some degree. Mutual love, caring, respect should all be dignified and conformed throughout society. The values should all be there. But this needs to be done without taking away your personal identity, your character, strength, and your ability to become way better than anyone else in your circle. Because why shouldn't you be rewarded when you work really hard on yourself? Meaning, you want more than just to live in survival mode, and just to live hand to mouth. When there's a world full of abundance waiting for you to reach in, the minute you decide you had enough of your life, is having the courage to break the glass ceiling, to set yourself free, and to look away from the naysayers and conformity of life. I read a report that said only less than 5% of the world population actually made a real contribution towards solving the world's problems. And this was done through innovations, funds, research, charities, which begs the question, what is the other 95% doing? What are the 95% doing? Look around. Most people you know are not breaking the glass ceiling. And I get it, standing out is not natural. Why swim up the stream when drifting down the current is so much easier? All you have to do is let go, right? You cannot do the same stuff over and over, but expecting different results. You need different measures to attain different results. Otherwise, it's like wishing you win the lottery, but never buying a ticket, or buying a single ticket and expecting to have the winning ticket without increasing the chances of winning is stupid. But by the way, it's absolutely fine to be satisfied with what you have, and I think it's great. Gratitude is awesome, but don't confuse being humbled with not being hungry. Humble people need to eat too. But the point is, if you're not willing to fight for what you want, then don't cry for what you don't have. Let me repeat that. If you're not willing to fight for what you want, then don't cry for what you don't have. Let me tell you, it's a great feeling when you truly feel satisfied. It brings a sense of accomplishment, it's very addictive, and it's even better when you're not carrying around that wood. But of course, when you are breaching that gap, you'll be misunderstood, criticized, outcasted by a small percentage of frustrated, ignorant people, who, by the way, are acting blind from a place of fear and by their own mental blockages, the pure lack of self-awareness to understand human potential. These people will often fail and continue to fail because at some point they have to ask themselves, if their life hasn't changed in the last 5, 10 or 15 years, then they haven't grown in 5, 10 or 15 years. These are the people who most likely at one point criticize you. These are the people who are frustrated, and these are the people who will most likely be in the same unchanged circumstances in life. They don't experience growth. They lack necessary mental faculties to induce positive change. They live in scarcity and are having a hard time leveling up. But when you do get out of your own head, ignore the naysayers. When you do break the glass ceiling, you find there's people like you on the other side. And there are people who resonate with you. Those who pull you up and follow you out. My mentor once told me, remember, the only difference between a winner and ordinary man is that the winners remain braver 10 minutes longer. And he was right. Courage and braveness is only lasting 10 minutes longer. Because everyone's scared, right? People don't know that they alone are enough. They have nothing to prove to anybody. And everything starts with a choice. There's a quote from Harvey Mackay, and it says, something like this. People begin to become successful the minute they decide to be. Let me repeat that. People begin to become successful the minute they decide to be. You see, it's a choice. It's one of many reasons why most people are not successful. Success is also an endurance game. It's a long-term thinking, planning, readjusting, and executing. It's knowing exactly who you are and what you want with a clear view. It's knowing where you are and where you ought to be. It's strategically writing out a blueprint of your life and analyze your mistakes. Remove mental blockages that might be hindering you from success, and risk manage the steps you need to take to be successful. It's about taking stock of your life and assume responsibility. There is a quote from, I think his name is Dennis Wheatley, and he says something like, there are two primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they are or as they exist, or accept responsibility for changing them. Think about that for a moment. There are two primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they are, or accept the responsibility for changing them. You either in or you out. There's no halfway. By the way, there are people with huge hearts and really want to change the world. But notice how everyone wants to change the world, but no one is willing to change themselves first. I'm an advocate for change. I'm deeply rooted in personal development. I see the good in people, but I also see the need there is in people for personal development. I am shaping and sharpening my tools and instruments daily to become the catalyst for the people and causes I care about. I'm willing to sacrifice the rest of my life to receive mentor advice. I'm also willing to pay huge amounts of money, whatever is necessary, to go through programs to learn and relearn strategies and get out of my comfort zone, only to be misunderstood, and go through painful experiences so that I can experience growth in order for me to be the best I can be, to serve people and help serve businesses, increase their ability to marvel, increase human potential, and bring economic growth. But nothing can be done without sacrifice. There is no everlasting, permanent change in the history of mankind without the need of human sacrifice. If you don't believe me, look at history. Look at great monuments like the Great Wall of China, the pyramids, the Roman Empire, the great civil wars. Nothing ever lasted long enough or made a significant everlasting impression than the fingerprint of human sacrifice. There is also a great quote from Warren Buffett, and it says, someone is sitting under a tree today because someone else planted a tree a long time ago. Think about that. Someone is sitting under a tree today because someone else planted a tree a long time ago. But people are not hungry, right? People are not hungry enough. People are not soaking this new era of information to their full advantage. Now let me explain. The main purpose of the phone is to make calls, but there was a statistic from 2019 that said that 72% of people are using their mobile phones just for the internet. The other 28% are using it for calls, messages, apps, emails, and use of calendar. By 2025, 3/4 of the world will be using a mobile device to access the internet. Don't you see the opportunities here? Don't you see that you have more opportunities now than the richest man on earth had 50 years ago? It's right there in your hand. It fits in your pocket. The fact that you can Google a question and 9 out of 10 receive the answer within 3 seconds is mind-blowing. But no one's asking the right questions. No one's asking, what skills do I need to increase my income? How can I create more money streams? How do I create meaningful relationships? How do I improve my health and fitness? How do I become debt free and form a plan? How do I sync a mentor? The answers are right there, but no one's asking them. And you're not taking advantage of that? Come on, man. Your parents and grandparents wish they had the same opportunities you do today. Trust me, if they had these resources, they wouldn't be sitting around watching cat movies. So, people are not utilizing the tools correctly, and we can see that by the number of users. But the grass is only greener on the other side because someone sacrificed their time, input their care, and nurture it continuously to be how it is today. It's never about just being resourceful, it's about a lack of resourcefulness, and you need to take stock of your life and assume responsibility for your actions. Most problems in the world are human-based problems, so we can only solve these problems by solving the humans first.